Welcome back to the Influencing Classified podcast. I'm your host, Amanda, and as you can tell, we are in a brand new filming setup. Apologies for the week delay on this episode, but the reason for that being, I wanted to get into this space as soon as I possibly could. Now, this space, let's talk about the space before we get into the episode, okay? My beautiful friend and I, my beautiful friend Tina Turner Photography, we opened up a photography and content studio right here in South Jersey. It is Honeymoon Studio in Pitman, New Jersey, if you're familiar. We have this little content corner if you want to do podcasts like me or just like sit down social media content with your little tripod and just go on your merry way with that. We also have behind you, in front of me, we have a backdrop set situation. So if you wanted to just book the space we have it at like an hourly rate. You can bring a photographer. You could just come here like by yourself with your little tripod, you and your tripod against the world, okay? And book the space and come take your content, come take your photos. I am just so excited to finally be in this space. If you want to see all the behind the scenes of us getting it set up and like all the things, we are Honeymoon Studio Pitman on Instagram and TikTok, so you can see all the fun stuff there. So as we transition to this new space, this is going to be the new home of the Influencing Classified podcast, and I'm so excited. But with any sort of transition into new space comes, little hiccups. I'm blaming Mercury retrograde for this one, okay? Because this is my second take. This is my second take on this, and you want to know what it is? This is a new microphone, as you can tell. It has like a little thing that connects to the chair. I don't like the way it's connecting because it's like sitting in my lap. Gonna investigate like a microphone stand or something for this at some point, okay? Because I love this microphone, but we need a new stand. Anyway, I realized underneath this microphone that there's a button that like turns it off. And in my maneuvering to get into this spot, I turned it off. And I was talking to myself for like a good 5 minutes until I glanced over at my laptop and I realized, oh my God, nothing's recording. Then it took me another like 5 minutes to figure out why nothing was recording. Okay, so we're here. We're back. Super excited for today's episode. Again, thank you for your patience as we settled into this new space, okay? Today's episode, we are talking about why you need to break up with trends and how you can build a deep community. Today's coffee, we have a caramel coconut cookie crush latte. I think that's what it is, from the Brewed Awakening Cafe right here in Pitman. As you can tell, I've already drank the majority of it. There's not that much left. It is delicious. Okay, trends. It's like a love-hate relationship with me and with trends, because on one hand, okay, trends can be amazing for visibility. They can be amazing for reach. They can be amazing for really getting a ton of eyes on your page really, really quickly. However, trends lack one thing, and that's originality. And with any sort of trend, it's really, really hard to be original within a trend because the trend itself is not original, if that makes sense. We're going to circle back to that in a second, though. And most people get so lost in the sauce when it comes to, social media, and in particular, lost in the sauce and pursuing views, pursuing reach, pursuing new eyes, trying to always get new followers. And in that pursuit of new eyes and new followers, most people neglect the most important thing, and that is their current audience. Community building, I would argue, is way more important than constantly seeking new eyes, constantly seeking that visibility and chasing that reach and chasing virality and chasing new followers. Your current followers and your current audience is going to pick up on that, okay? They're going to be able to tell right away that you don't actually care about them. Like, as soon as they hit the follow button, you no longer care. You're over it. You're like, okay, great, just another follower, boom, on to the next new follower. That doesn't feel good. So let's circle back to trends. Trends can be great for boosting, like I said, reach, views, visibility, all the things, getting new followers from time to time as well. But if we are always doing trends, our content is going to lack so much originality. And that originality and that unique voice and unique perspective is what you need to build a deep community. Let's get into the weeds of this. If you do nothing but trends, okay? And I'm not judging you if that's you, but let's hold hands. Let's hold hands. If you're watching the video, my arm is out, okay? Let's hold hands when I tell you this. If you do nothing but trends and you build an audience from trends, guess what? They're probably not going to engage with or like any of your original content. They're only going to follow you for your take on trends. And that is what I call a very surface level community, okay? They're there for a specific type of content, trends, whatever. They don't really care about you as a person. They only care about the specific type of content that they followed you for. And surface level community, they're not buying from you. they're not clicking the links if you're, you know, an influencer girly with brand deals, okay? If you're a small business owner, they're not booking. They're not hitting the link in bio. They're not inquiring. They're not DMing you. They're probably not even commenting on your stuff, to be honest. They might like it if you're lucky. They'll watch it. They might like it. Probably not commenting. Probably not sharing. Probably not reposting to their stories. It's surface level. So sure, when you do a bunch of trends and you see the big views, you know, 100,000, even 1,000,000 views, whatever, like our egos love that, okay? We're like, let's not act like our egos don't love that. Egos love lots of views. But those lots of views and that ego boost that we get from it is building us a surface level community. And a surface level community, again, is not going to really get you to where you want to be. You need people who actually care about you as a human being, who care about your voice, who care about your personality, your unique perspective, whatever, in order for them to be a deeper part of your community. Now, signs that you do have a deeper community, your community is not surface level, people comment on your stuff. People DM you. When you do question boxes on your story, people actually submit stuff to you. Okay? The surface level people, they're not going to do that. The people who are just there to lurk and watch and maybe hope that you post something that they enjoy, they're just there to watch. They're not really there for you. Hate to say it, sorry to say it. I know it kind of sucks to hear, but it's true. It's true. So if you want to build that deeper relationship with your community, you need to get to know them. Like, okay, sure, maybe they found you from a trend video. Like you had your own take on a trend. Hold on, I want to circle. Hold on. ADHD is kicking in. You can infuse your own unique perspective on trends. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you do this because that still gives you a little bit of an edge compared to other people who are just doing the trend straight up and not infusing their own personality into it. If you're going to do a trend, okay, make it yours, make it original, make it you. Make it very, very you, specific to you. Okay, let's go back to where we were talking about. So say you got a bunch of followers from a trend. Great. Love that. Wonderful. With that influx of new followers, you then want to lean into that super relatable, but still very original you content, okay? As soon as you get this new influx of followers, you want to show them who you are, okay? You want to show them exactly what you're about, who you are, what you believe in, your values, what you post about beyond trends, so that they're already a little bit locked into you, okay? They found you from this trend, they found you from a viral video, whatever. They're a little, you've piqued their interest, they hit follow, they're interested. Then you want to still make sure you're posting that unique and original content. And then they can further decide, oh, wait, this person has a perspective beyond the trends. And I vibe with this. I'm glad I follow them. Or they can be like, you know what? I realize I actually only like them from this trend, from their take on the trend or whatever. I'm not going to stick around. It's been great. Thought I was really into them. I'm not, whatever. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Losing followers is a good thing because we do not want people who aren't vibing with us to follow us because they're going to be silent, service level community members. So do not fret if you see people unfollow you. Let them. As Mel Robbins says, let them go. Let them go. There's no sense in holding on to followers who aren't locked in with you because they're not going to engage. They're not going to buy from you. They're not going to click your links. Okay? Let them go. Thank you. So once you have all these influx of new people, right, you show them who you are. And then again, they get to decide if they want to stick around or not long term. Hopefully they choose not to. I mean, hopefully... Hopefully they choose to. Hopefully they choose to stick around with you. But without that anchor of your original unique perspective content, they don't get that choice. And then they're going to be locked in to just your trends. Only posting trends, again, it kind of takes away your original voice, your unique voice. Sure, we love to do our own spin on a trend, infuse our perspective and our originality into it, right? We love that. That's how we should approach trends. Always. But again, especially in 2026, there is just no way that you are going to build a deep, really active and engaged, locked in, loyal, like people obsessed with you type vibe community from just trends. And this ties back to the whole like AI fatigue thing. And I feel like I talk about this in literally every episode, but I need to talk about it in every episode because you guys are not listening to me when I talk about AI, okay? We need to get AI, ChatGPT out of your content. It makes you sound the same. Same with doing trends all the time. It makes you sound the same. It makes you blend in. If you want to be successful in social media in 2026, and now successful, that's subjective to you. That doesn't mean that you want to get 1 million followers and you want to get, all these views and all these likes, whatever. If that's like your goal, amazing, love that for you. I'm wishing you nothing but the best. But success is going to be subjective based on your individual goals. So however you're measuring success this year in social media, right? We can't just be doing trends. We can't be using ChatGPT and AI for content. All of that is just a one-way ticket to blend in, and you will not be able to grow and be successful in social media if you are blending in. This year is the year of standout content, of unique perspectives, of sharing through the lens of your personal and experiential observations versus just, being like a professor in a classroom or something, like just, teaching whatever top 3 tips for whatever. People can go to ChatGPT for that. It's fine. We don't want to do that. But if this is the year to be so unapologetically you, and if you use trends as a way to hide, I'm going to call you out. Oh, let's clock into social media therapy really quick, because I'm about to call some of you out so hard. So hard. I'm sorry in advance, okay? You're probably using trends to hide. I'm here. Let's hold hands again. My hand's out if you're watching the video. Let's hold hands again, okay? You're probably using social media trends to hide who you really are. It's easier to hide behind a trend than to be vulnerable and to share your unique perspective and be yourself on camera. It's easier to just copy a trend format, do a little dancey dance, or take whatever words on screen or hide behind a trending audio, whatever, than it is to just be yourself. Okay? And I get that. I so get that. And it's valid, okay? But we got to get over it. We got to get over it this year. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't want to hear that. No one wants to hear that. But it's okay. I'm here to tell you, and I'm telling you this with love, okay? We cannot continue to use trends to hide ourselves, hide who we really are. And when I say you need to get vulnerable on camera, like be uniquely yourself, I'm not saying that you need to share like your deepest, darkest secrets and your traumas and like, air your dirty laundry out to the internet. You don't have to. You can. Some people do that and it does well, but you don't have to do that. That's not what I'm saying. You just need to be you, let your personality shine. And you can't do that if you're always doing trends. And your community is going to pick up on this. If you're hiding behind trends, they're not going to feel like they really know you. And if they feel like they don't really know you, how can you expect them to be deeper, really connected community members? How can you expect them to click the link in your bio, to DM you, to hit the links that you share, to book a one-on-one meeting, consultation with you, whatever you do? How can you expect them to do that if you literally aren't even showing them who you are and you're hiding behind trends, hiding your personality and who you are behind trends instead of just showing up as yourself? And yes, that does mean that you should be doing talking videos or voiceovers, letting people hear your voice and see your face, okay? Let them see your pretty face and let them hear your voice. This is especially important for like my content creator girlies and any small business owner who's in the service industry, because let me just make this point to you really quick. Who is going to hire you as a service provider if they don't even know what your voice sounds like? I'm going to let that marinate for you for a second. I'm going to need you to think about that. Okay? Because service providers, this is for you specifically. You're providing an experience, not just the service. And your personality and your energy that you bring to the service is part of the experience. You need to give people a little bit of a taste of that so that they can get a sense of that before they decide to book with you. That's how you make yourself different. That's how you stand out. And I know it's like cliche and cringy, whatever, to say like your uniqueness is your superpower. But in 2026 on social media, it really is. And you have to think about where we are in social media right now. People are relying on ChatGPT for ideas. People are using Gemini and ChatGPT to create graphics and images, okay? People are using ChatGPT and AI to write their captions and write their content scripts. Everyone is sounding the same. Everyone's sounding the same. No one is standing out. There are some people who are doing something remotely interesting, and I can guarantee you they're not doing trends all the time, and they're not relying on AI and ChatGPT for their content, okay? All this is said with so much love. So community building, let's circle back to community building. We need content that's personality content, that's unique to you, that shows your personality, that shows who you are, that tells people a story in relation to who you are so they can connect with you in some way. So they can stand with you, so they can stand against you, so they can share interests, they can find similarities between you and them, okay? You got to do that. And the personality content, the content that creates connection with your community might not always get you new followers. It might not always even perform the best, but guess what? It's not all about views and it's not all about new followers. And if you go into social media with the mindset of only caring about new followers and only caring about views, you're going to give your current audience the ick and they're not going to be locked in. They're going to become surface level. Okay. So we need to break up with caring about views and new followers all the time. And we need to really hone in on building that connection with our current community. We need to break up with AI and ChatGPT and trends and leaning on trends and hiding behind trends. Okay. We want to build that deeper community. And number 3, we haven't touched on this yet, and I'm going to just mention it because it is important, but it doesn't need a ton of explanation, is provide your community with opportunities to connect with you. Question boxes on Instagram, polls, quizzes, asking questions in your content, asking questions in your caption, and like genuinely wanting to hear the answer from people, okay? Like genuinely giving a shit about what people have to say, but creating those connection points and giving people the opportunity to communicate with you, to have community with you, right? We want social media to be social, but we need to open up the door and provide those opportunities. And this includes answering all your comments. I'm looking at a lot of you right now directly in the eyes, and I say this with love, but stern love, okay? If you want people to comment, but you're never commenting back, bestie, girlie, what do you expect? What do you expect? People are not going to stay locked in and continue to comment if you never answer them. Hello, it's giving like holier than thou. I'm too good to... No, full stop. Answer all your comments. Answer as many DMs as you possibly can. As you grow and get bigger and your community gets bigger, I mean, do it as much as you possibly can, but do not forget about your community. Don't forget to communicate with them. Do not forget to give them opportunities to communicate with you. Reciprocate that. Be genuine with them, talk to them, show them that you care, and show them that you're not only just trying to grow. And then once they follow you, they're like, you don't even care about that anymore. Okay. I hope you found today's episode helpful. I hope you are loving the new setup. If you have any questions at all about anything we talked about in this episode, feel free to DM me, email me, leave a comment on Instagram, all the things. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.